What's going on, folks? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing just a very quick reaction video to this DCS Ascending trailer that's just been dropped by Eagle Dynamics. It's evoked some both positive and some negative emotions for me, and I'll explain why as we go on here. But I just want to show you some of the Easter eggs that I think I've come across here in this video, and if there's a few that I've missed, then feel free to comment down below. And maybe there's some that I've missed as well. So let's get into it. Alright, F-16. Taking off, beautiful fog. I guess this is what they're trying to show off here for the entire trailer, basically, is how good the fog looks. Now, don't get me wrong, the fog does look good, although I think it's overdue by around 2 years or so. I think they did say it was going to be around a lot sooner. And they also said we're going to get CBs, you know, the Charlie bangers, the cumulonimbus clouds with, you know, storms and stuff. That still doesn't exist. That was supposed to be around since the new weather engine came along a long time ago, where we're still just using a bunch of presets where the clouds are the exact same. By the way, actually, just before we get going any further, that's some pretty cool snow effects. I want to show you this. This is the first scene with effectively a Easter egg. And it's actually the F5. So if you have a look at it here, that canopy bow, that looks like some very nice looking modern canopy bow with the mirrors as well. If you compare it to the current F5, you'll notice that that's just not the same way. They have like a few night shots in here. I don't really know why it's so important to have all these night shots. Quite frankly, snow looks cool. I don't know if that's already implemented. The fog in the valleys, yeah, like I say, awesome, but it's overdue by like such a long way that I'm kind of, yeah, it's nice to see, but you know, rain effects looks really cool. I don't know if we have these kind of rain effects at the moment. Fog, again, looks great, and it's integrated with the clouds really well. I don't know, this shot doesn't, I don't think there's any Easter eggs there. No Easter eggs there. Clouds look exactly the same. Fog looks great. No complaints. And here we go, F5. Right, you'll see the fidelity of those lights. Obviously, the way the illumination of the lights through the fog, I think they've been working on that, and that's really cool, don't get me wrong. C-130, that's been teased a few times. I think there's a few people waiting for that in the comments. A lot of C-130 fans. Personally, I don't really care, but it's great that we have a cargo transport airplane coming to DCS. But what I want to pay attention to here is, I'm not sure which map this is. I'm guessing it might be South Atlantic, or maybe it's the Kola map. Either way, how bad are these mountains? This has just been one of my biggest gripes in DCS. Flying low level over any sort of terrain that doesn't have trees, clutter, or buildings is awful, especially mountainous terrain. So low resolution. I mean, from here it looks barely decent, I think. But once you get closer to it, you'll notice just how low res and awful it is. Sense of depth, perception, and height is just completely not there. Yeah, it's such a shame we don't have detailed up-close mountains anywhere. F5 again. F5 is getting a lot of screen time in this whole trailer, and I don't really know. Actually, I'll go back here a little bit. Puddles on the super carrier. I don't think that's been implemented yet. I know it's been teased in quite a lot of trailers before. Somebody can correct me. Maybe it's already implemented. I haven't tried wet weather conditions with a super carrier. It's nice to have a look this darker looking deck as well. Looks pretty good. So FAT, nothing new. B-52, nothing new. I think this could be the Iraq map that they're working on. I couldn't really figure it out. Either way, nothing new really. This looks cool, really cool. MiG-29s and some fog, looks awesome. F-16 landing in what looks like pretty much Cat 3, at least Cat 2 conditions. Which is very cool. It's great to see, and the fog does look extremely realistic, the way it's illuminated by the lights. You know, I have no complaints there. At least it looks like they've done a fantastic job. So long as it runs well and doesn't kill a bunch of FPS, great job. F5, once again, I was trying to have a look to see if they've actually added any more detail to the external model. It does look like the reflections and stuff on the surface maybe looks a little bit more detailed. Like they probably have retextured it at least. So it definitely looks like they are working on a new F5 product. Now, Matt Wagner has actually mentioned it a couple of years ago and then went all quiet. And then he was inquired about it at some point once again, and where somebody asked him and he said you can't talk about it. Now clearly we've got the F5. Why exactly they've started working on the F5 again, I don't know. Don't get me wrong, I'm very happy about seeing new modules come to DCS, or rather old modules being reworked come to DCS, and F5 is one of my favorites. I hope we rework the flight model as well, because it needs a little bit of work in my personal humble opinion. But you know, it's great to see. I'm just confused why, out of all the things they could have done, why they're reworking it. I just think there's many other priorities. And also, actually, you'll see the vortices coming off the leading edge streaks there. They've added that obviously because the current one doesn't have that. Looks pretty cool. I think there's some better vortices in other aircraft, but yeah, I mean, it's good to have them as opposed to not have them. F5 once again getting loads of screen time. I think this is the new East Germany map. Somebody can correct me. I don't know of any map that looks similar. I feel like there's a little bit of the Sinai feel here, but then it's too green in other parts. So I do feel like this is probably the East Germany map. Obviously the German MiGs would also hint at that fact, but yeah, I mean, it's great that we're getting a new map, but as you'll see with my rant at the end of the video, I'm a little bit annoyed about lots of these new products, which are actually, this is a cool shot. This is definitely the one which points to the fact that obviously the F5 is getting a complete radical overhaul, because all of these details inside the cockpit, especially from behind the pilot, this was never looking that good. Never mind about the awesome looking pilot model. So again, it's great to see that they have reworked it, but is it going to be a brand new product? Are we going to have to buy a brand new F5? Is it going to be the Tiger 2.2, like the Tiger 4? I'm not sure. So if it is, then I don't know how I feel about it. But if they've just reworked the old F5 and made it look like this for all existing users, great. Very happy. Just not happy about the fact they're not spending their time, resources, and other more important things. Once again, we get these really cool looking vortices, vapor coming off the leading edge streaks here. But yeah, they've definitely reworked it. Definitely looks cool. But you know, how much extra functionality we're gonna get versus the old F5, I don't know. The fog looks awesome in here, and then it comes in, lands. A couple of cool shots, dramatic music, some explosions, and then the trailer comes to an end. So they've spent a bunch of time showing off the new fog and showing off the F5, right? Great. I have a couple of gripes. And I wouldn't be saying this if I felt like the other much more important things of DCS were getting worked on constantly, but I really don't think they are. So I think a lot of us would agree that we would sacrifice like 90% of our modules, helicopters, airplanes, and everything just to have excellent gameplay, right? And excellent gameplay does not exist in DCS world. This is all a facade. This is just something that looks really pretty. We've got great airplanes. We've got some really awesome flight dynamics. And we've got a pretty picture. We just don't have the gameplay. Because, I mean, most of these modules you buy, they don't even come with missions. And if they do, they're so basic and terrible that basically there's no immersion whatsoever. I know there's some dynamic campaigns, not dynamic, very scripted campaigns by some very talented mission makers, but they are so lacking from, I mean, okay, some I'm not trying to bring them down because they have a place for sure, but they are scripted. And for me, anything that's scripted is not interesting. For me, I need something that's very dynamic. And obviously they've said about the dynamic campaign for years. Where is it? It's not here. Many other things that they've said are supposed to be here. Not here. Let me show you. For example, do you remember at some point they said we were going to get new masks for the Russian pilots, right? Or the Soviet pilots, should we say, right? So we had masks, helmets, all that stuff. When was this? This was November of 2021. And nowhere to be seen. So we're talking 3 years. They said, here we go. Here's a cool image of this cool stuff that's going to be, you know, SV-27s, MiG-29s, all that stuff. Nah, not here. Next, let's have a look. Something that's very important, AI improvements, right? Especially ground AI, because they're terrible. They said to create more realistic battlefields, we are working on a broader range of infantry animations that will prove vital when moving through uneven ground and settlements. Really awesome. When was this? August 5th, 2022. Over 2 years ago. Where is it? Nowhere. And this kind of stuff, I mean, this is my biggest gripe here. If you guys remember this, this was General Flight Model Development Progress. And this was from 2 years ago. Or almost 3 years now, actually. And this was one of my most desired features. AI aircraft are currently unusable. I never fly with an AI wingman. And the only reason I don't fly with an AI wingman is because they don't fly. They are UFOs. They do stupid things. Not just stupid, but they actually move through the air in such an unrealistic, unaerodynamic way that I simply can't bear flying with an artificial intelligence wingman ever, which is why you never see me do it in videos, which is why sometimes I just create a co-op mission and fly it with somebody I know, or I just don't fly it at all, or I fly single ship. But then how many single ship missions are realistic really with fighter jets or helicopters? I mean, almost none, occasionally, but very rarely. And here we go. This is something they've been working on. General flight model. You see, basically this is a lead aircraft, which I think is a player, and the one behind here is the one they're demonstrating is the, well, they're all AI. But look how they're following the lead aircraft as if, you know, they are genuine humans doing aerobatics. How awesome is this? This would be such an improvement to DCS. I mean, it would just open up such ample opportunities for mission making, flying. You would never feel like, I mean, look at the guy moving the back. Like he's struggling to stay as if he's a real human, right? I mean, looks absolutely awesome. And this should have been implemented years ago, literally years ago. We're talking 3 years ago. There's been absolutely zero said about this. And this is where their money and development should be going. The core of the game, not modules, not maps, not like I said, most of us would be so happy to just say, you know what, I'm going to have 2 airplanes, 2 helicopters, even 1 map, you know, just so long as we have dynamic campaign, good artificial intelligence, and we can actually enjoy gameplay that we can create easily ourselves. So we don't have to buy, you know, campaigns which are scripted anyway, which, you know, for people like me, I'm just not interested because I just don't like scripted stuff. Personal preference. But, you know, like I want a mission generator that I can generate missions easily and quickly, perhaps without spending a million hours in the editor micromanaging every tiny little thing. You know, I just want to say this is the front line. This is the units I want to use. And this side, that side, I want to have these guys attacking, these guys defending, generate me something. Boom, done. Anyway, look, I don't want to go, I can go on a rant forever. I just feel like Eagle Dynamics currently, especially with this trailer, that's why I'm saying it's evoked some of these negative emotions, is that they made this epic trailer and it's for fog. Like, guys, come on, it's for fog. I get it. I mean, if you had other cool trailers for this stuff, you know, AI doing cool things or whatever, things that we really think you should be working on, that would be fine. But no, we have nothing and then an amazing trailer for fog. I mean, what's the next thing? An amazing trailer for new water reflections? I mean, okay, don't get me wrong, all of that is really welcome. But this is what should be getting improved. This right now is what should be getting improved. Artificial intelligence AI is just, it's overdue an overhaul by like years. Anyway, look, I don't want to bring guys down. I love DCS World. You know, I'm just very passionate about it. This is why I'm just making this video, because I've just reached a boiling point. I just want to say something about it because I feel like the really important things are not yet worked on. Instead, we're getting a whole bunch of early access products. And I'm kind of like, guys, you know, all of this is pointless unless I can enjoy it. And I can't really enjoy it unless I have the tools, which is good AI and some sort of dynamic mission-making tool, at least, if not a campaign. So anyway, if you guys have any thoughts, comment down below. And if you're looking forward to the F5, then let me know as well, because I think it looks pretty cool. Actually, they've actually uploaded some images of it, I think, on their first, in fact, they've actually uploaded some images of the F5 here to their main website. And, you know, it looks awesome. It looks great. Like I say, you know, brilliant. This is one of my favorite jets. I wish I could fly this in real life. Unfortunately, life has not turned out that way, but you never know. Maybe one day. So anyway, if you guys have any comments about the current state of DCS, then please comment down below, and hopefully I shall catch you in the next video where I will resume with my normal content. Adios.